Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Well, the day has finally come. The Olivia Journal is finally finished with all the ordeals that I went through this past year and a half. Bless the heart of Olivia, who is actually commissioned this book, and I'm not sure what that was, and has been so patient in waiting for it, and I have notified her that it's finished, and she's very excited about it. I'm very excited about it, and I'll be happy to get it on its way to her forever home. I was working this morning and I have glue on my fingers. My apologies. So for those of you who watched a previous video, I talked to you about that eraser, which I have. I can't find the one that I was using, but I have a whole package. Lucky for me. So I cleaned up. See what happens when you clean up? So I'm just going to take this and grab another one and clean my fingertips of the glue a little bit here while we're talking. So anyway, we're going to do the flip through today, and I'll explain a little bit about some of the stuff. I have absolutely no clue of all the digitals I used in this book. It's been a year and a half. As I got new kits, I found things that I liked and said, oh, I could use that. So it kind of ended up being very, not quite as planned and a little bit more eclectic than I had originally intended. So it was definitely a work in progress as I went along. If I know where the digital came from or suspect, maybe, I'll tell you, but you might have to refer back to some of the previous videos where I was making some of the pieces. I think I tried to look up most of the paper anyway and tell you where it came from. So anyway, yeah, so this is going to be it. So we're going to get started. First, I'm going to tell you how big it is. It is a smidge over 9 inches. And about just smidge over 6 inches, about 9 1/8 and 6 1/8. What we have here is a 3.5 inch spine. I'm turning it on its side. You can see this journal is gigantic. Okay, and that started out, started out at 3.5 inches, but with all the fabric and stuff, it ends up being about 3 1/4. The big deal here is the gator mouth, and we're going to talk about this as I go through. It's 6.5 inches, and that's squeezing it shut. So let me put my ruler away if I can get it back in its slot, and we will get started on this. Not all my little dangles were hanging out here on the sides, but there are dangles on the side. So I'm not going to do too much explaining. You can see what it is. I have the lace on the spine. I have a couple of tassels that are hanging here. There's one here. There's also one that's used in the book. And there's some other stuff. This is cheesecloth, my fussy cuts. I made this little lace loop here to go over the edge of the loop of the chiffon ribbon that I used, just to give it a little bit more. I wanted it to look like you just sort of like put pieces in, like you were saving things. So I'm going to undo this, and the way I've got this looped, but I have one, I got to push it down so I can get to the fabric. I have one end going through the loop one way and one going through the loop the other way to kind of secure it. And then I'll open this up, and I'll hold this up a little bit, and you can see what happens to the book. So I'm putting this over here because there's more light over here. And that's just some little pearls. I have crackle finish on there, and I made this little dangle on the end. Whoops. And I just made a little lace loop like this, and that's where the fabric ties. The ends go through to just loop this on. So I'll put that to the side. Now, I'm going to try not to move the book as I move the book. Just so that it's, well, the thing of it is this is velveteen or velvet on the front and the back. I've got these corners here. They're also inside, and there's corners on the back, and then it's got all this velvet. The whole thing is covered in this dark, dark burgundy. Get it up to the camera, maybe you can see the color a little more. You can see the dust. I promise I'll clean it off before we get started. Well, before I send it out anyway. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put it here, and as I go through, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna make sure that I am in camera. Okay. As we go through, if you've been following the videos for Olivia, you've been watching me make the special pieces. When she asked for this journal, she wanted a lot of special stuff, which I've mentioned before. So I filled it, as you can tell. It makes it difficult to write in it because of how I redid the spine, because I had a flat spine before. I did a hidden spine, so it would lay a little flatter, but the sheer volume of it makes it very difficult to really write in it. And so as we go through, I'll show you where all the special pieces belong. I'll pull those special pieces out into the side, and then we'll look at them separately. Okay, so this could take a while, guys. All right, so when you open up the book here, and I'm going to try to hold it up as much as possible. Let me see if I can find, I'm going to reach here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, just a little bit of card. I made tuck spots here. Front and back are the same. Okay. I didn't put anything in them. I left that open for her to do. Here's one of the first special pieces. Parchment paper pocket, bee wax seal, some of my Fussy Cuts lace, a little cheesecloth here. And this is one of the special ones that I made. So I'm just going to take that, put it this way, and then you can see this page. Okay. So we'll go ahead and turn the page. There's stenciling on pages like this. I have dangles on here with a ruffle, fabric ruffle, and all the fabric ruffles are the same. This, I believe, was, I don't know this paper. I don't know this paper. These mostly came from Blossom Clip Art, I think, mostly, but some other places as well. This, I believe, is Happiness in Crafting, G. Kerr. These are vellum transparencies that I made of roses. I'm going to try to, there's a lot of hidden places in here as well. I'm going to try to put that down. So I made a little pocket here, and we have little envelopes, which are not really envelopes. They just unroll. I'm hoping I'm all in frame here. I'm trying to remember to keep my hands out. So you can write on that, tuck a little note in there. Okay, and this is just a little card right there. Hopefully I'm not in my own light. And here's another little one. However, I stamped this on the front. This one, yeah, I stamped this on the front, and I made little faux, you know, just drew a little faux stamp. I did that one upside down. But that's okay. So you unroll that one, and come on. Where? Here it is. And then you have another little space in here where you can write as well. So there's a lot of tiny little things hidden in and amongst the stuff. So we have that there. I did some faux tape, antiqued the tape with the, I'll think of it, alcohol ink. Purposely got the shinier tape because years ago their tape was shiny. It wasn't that invisible stuff. Also, what I did on a lot of these pages, and let me try to hold this one up here just for a quick second. I put these little things either on the bottom, the top, or the sides on mostly the pages where you would journal, and they're just little tuck spots where you can put anything. You can put another little note, you can put a movie ticket, what, you know, anything. If you're writing about maybe, you know, she got this for memories for her mother who has gone on to be with the Lord. Maybe she has some mementos, and she might write here about, I don't know, going to the theater or the opera. If she saved the tickets, she can tuck them in these little tuck spots. That's all they are, just tiny little tuck spots. And I put several of them throughout the book. Where I did them on one side, I did it on the other side, and then they're edged with lace as well. So there's another tuck spot here. Another, I don't know. It could be G's, it may not be. I'm standing again. Okay, here, this pocket here, this shape was a Cherish horse, I believe. I've got some cheesecloth. This is one of my, this label came from Graphics Fairy, and I treated it with beeswax, my fussy cuts, and we have a couple of tags here as well. This tag, if I do it carefully, I'm going to have to let go of the book. So let me just stick this in here. This is going to be a long flip through, guys. This tag will come out, this photo comes out. You can write on the back there, and you can write on the back there. So another little secret kind of hidden place for journaling there. Let me try to get that back in. I don't want to take too much time because on the individual things, because it's going to be a long time. It's going to take a while. All right, let me put that back over here. Okay, this paper, I do believe came from, I cannot remember the name of her Etsy page, but it's Astrid McLean. If you look up Astrid McLean probably on YouTube, you'll probably find some videos of hers there, and I'm sure she'll give the link to her Etsy shop. I did several pages like this. I'm going to hold that up so you can see it maybe a little better. This is tracing paper, tea-dyed tracing paper, inked. I cut it out, you know, tore it out, and then glued it down. So you can write on here. It dulls the lacy image a little bit, so the writing, I think, would not have to compete so much. So that's why I did that. And then I put little decorations. I have tabs with different charms and a little bit of seam binding, like so. Each one of the center folds, stop calling it that, each one of the center pieces, the way I did them, because they were so heavy, I made pockets on the other side. There's nothing in them, but I made pockets out of them. So there's 5 signatures. That would be 10 pockets. So some are side loading, some are top loading. Left them empty so she can use them as she pleases. More lace trim. Okay, this could take a minute. Let's see. You've seen this before. I've done this in one of my videos, but I want to go ahead and try to show you what's happening. I'm going to do one side. The other side is exactly the same, okay? So we have a tag in the back, like so, down in here. Then there's a tag here. And in that pocket is also, if I can pull it out, because I'm using one hand, trying to pull it out without, I may need my tweezers. There we go. They have pieces of paper like this. And like I said, I'm not going to pull them all out. So these are just little secret tuck spots where they go. It's the same all the way down. So we have that tag here. There's a tag under this pocket here. And then there's a tag under this pocket here, or tuck spot right there. Okay, and then this one goes back in here. This one goes back in here. This one also has a little secret compartment here with paper in it right here. I can pull that out, you can see that. Okay, tuck that back, and then there's a tag over here. All right, and then with a charm on it, and it's exactly the same on this side, same kind of thing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags, 2 secret places for paper, and then a 6th tag in here. Okay, so that's that. And then on this side again is the other pocket. This page has another tuck spot. This time it's on the side, your room for journaling, and you can tuck little mementos on the page, photograph, whatever. Same thing on this side, right there. Am I still in frame? I am. Good, good. Okay. Here's another one of those lace printed pages, digitals, again with the tracing paper, tea-dye tracing paper, inked around the edges, just roughly torn and glued down, and more little decoration. Okay, this again was Astrid's paper, other side of it. This is a side pocket. Now, Further on, I have my diagonal pocket page where I have hidden things. What I decided to do, excuse me, was to take that same idea and put it in side tucks, straight pockets across the bottom, and corner pockets, which I have one of each in this journal. So this is not a lace edge on the pocket. This is actually another card that comes out, and then you put it back in. You just don't glue the lace down on the edge, okay? And then when you put it on, it just slides over the pocket. And then we have this journaling card here, like so. This is hard to do with one hand. And then that goes back in this pocket. I don't want to miss any of the pages. I don't know, honestly. I don't know whose it is. I'm sorry. Here's another, more stenciling. There is, you can't see it so much on this side, but there's a little bit of the faux tape up there. Another one of those tucks on this side with the lace edge, and on this side as well. All right, let me try to find something. Should have been better prepared for this. This is just a box. Okay, maybe I can do that a little bit. This is another one of the, get behind it, the vellum pockets, as you can see, or not pockets, but the vellum lace. What am I saying? The vellum paper with the roses on it. So, and I just kind of did a colory background on the back. It's got 3 little tags right here, or 3 little tiny journaling cards on this pocket, but this pocket, let me stand up, I think I may be able to do it, is velcroed down, quite velcroed down. See if I can do this without having an issue. One side and the other side. And then that pulls down, well, you can almost see it, for more journaling space there and there. And then it just accordions back up, goes back on the Velcro, and our cards go back inside the little pocket, like so. Okay, so that's that. The other side, just some decoration. This is a decorative page. I don't know if you can really see. It's got like pinks and greens sort of modeled on there. More paper here. Journaling spot. This is another one of those pockets that I did. Here's the tag that goes in it. And then this is a little bit different in that I put an edge of ribbon here, scrunched it up, and then put the lace behind it. So then that is another journaling card that just kind of tucks down in here. Makes it look like there's a lace edge under the ribbon, and then the tag goes back there. This is my tuxedo pocket, the trifold tuxedo pocket, another special element that makes this really fat. So as I'm going through and taking them out, it's much easier for you can see already here, it's much easier for the book to lay a little flatter for writing in. So we'll take this, we'll put it to the side. We'll do that later. This is a kind of a cluster tape that I did sort of on the side. Again, it's a side tuck. So you can just tuck little somethings here and journal along there. Another decorative page. Happiness and Crafting, pretty sure. Melina Art, maybe. I put one of these tucks here on this page. Again, a photo maybe on this page. And then, you can tuck a little piece of paper that you write on, or a photograph up here or something like that. So then more writing space here. This is another special pocket that I did for a special piece. So we're going to take that out. That's what the page looks like. And we're going to take this and put it to the side. We'll go over that at the end. More writing space here. This is just a side pocket. I have this little piece of music digital. It's just a digital. I Love a Little Cottage, it's called. And then I have this card, just like that. Very pretty. Very simple. That one just tucks in there, no surprises. Another one of these tracing paper pages. Oh, there's a little, can't really see it on this one either, but there's a little bit of that tape You can see it shiny a little bit. Another ruffle here. This is Astrid's paper. Some of these are different sizes, so I'm trying to make sure I get it all. This is more of that tracing paper. Here is, we're at the middle again. So here's the top loading pocket. This one is a very complicated piece. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm going to try to do this sitting down. Again, there was a video on this. This is another one of our centerpieces. So this is all collaged. And then we have this tag, which may be hard to see because of the background there. So we have this tag. We have this tag. These pockets were embossed with writing, you know, like a script. That's what I'm trying to say. And then just sort of inked, got the lace on there. And then these, there's hidden cards in here. So we'll start on this side. So we pull this one out, okay? And I'm just gonna take them out and put them back. So that goes right back in here. There's one here, okay? Used all the photographs of beautiful ladies on here, and that goes back in this pocket. Okay, if I can get it in. I am not left-handed, so there we go. And then this one down here, I think I have to glue that back. So we have that card right there. I will go through this to make sure everything is as it should be. We have this card up here. Ooh, it's a long skinny one. And that goes back in this pocket. We have one here. I don't really need to flip them over, honestly. And that goes back in that pocket. And then there's one down here. Okay, and that goes back in that pocket. Come on. Gotta get the tab over the edge of the pocket, and that's what I'm not doing. There we go. All right, and then these go back in here. I'm not sure which one I took out first, and honestly, I don't think it really mattered. So we have those in there. So that's that centerpiece, and then here's another top pocket up here. Another one of these places for writing. This is the other side of one of Astrid's pages, pretty sure. Another tuck spot here for little mementos, more of the tape, more stenciling, another pocket here, another little space for writing here. I don't know. More writing space here. You can write on here or just leave it to be pretty. This is more writing space. This is, let me do it with this if you can see it. This ruffle is tea bag. That's tea bag paper, which is pretty durable, surprisingly. Another side tuck. And then I have two cards in here, like this, but these open. So you have writing space in there and writing space in there. So that's kind of a little bit of little hidden space there for writing. Get up there. Okay. Like that. Okay, more writing space here. Again, I think this may have been Melina Arts. I'm not sure whose this was. Happiness and Crafting. I don't know. Another special pocket. You can see in the center of the spine here, on the spine inside, I used the fabric that I used for the ruffles here. This is the same fabric down in here. I purposely left extra space in here because I put the thicker pieces that I made on these front pages of the signature, so it had more room, if that makes sense, before, you know, the next page. The next page wasn't so close. So this is one of those pockets on this page. The special piece, put it to the side. Okay, another charm, which I probably haven't been showing you as we've been going along. And there's a tab there, so there's writing space there. More of that tape. You can write on this if you wanted to. This is G's paper, Happiness and Crafting. This is another one of the transparencies. I had the modeled background, but the hidden space here is here. So This piece comes out from inside. The writing is actually on here, not on the picture. This opens up. There's two little pockets, and you have paper like so in the little, and this is just copy paper, nothing fancy. And put the paper back in here, and this paper back in here. So you have all that for writing on there, and then this just goes back into the pocket behind the roses. And there is another one. It's mate further on in the book. You'll see when we get there. So that's that, little more embellishing. Here's another ruffle, more of that tape, more writing space, happiness and crafting, pretty sure. More of that mottled pink and green, another tuck spot here with the lace, another tuck spot here. Happiness and crafting, pretty sure. Not sure this one. This is another pocket here. Side loading pocket here, and then the center one here. And I've got, look at that, I've got two charms on there. I'm gonna have to move that. Actually, I can move one over to this side, I think, which I will do that later. Okay, so this is the diagonal pockets that I was talking about. I originally did this for a fall journal that I never finished, and then, so that was back in November of 2020. Yeah, and then I did this, I think, I don't know, in the spring, early spring of March of 2021. So you have these cards like so, and I'm only going to do, again, the one side. You have that card there, and you have this card here, and then you have these cards that come out for journaling. Now, my lace is folding over because of how, what I did to the center spine, but let me go ahead and find that pocket. You can, well, let me take these out so you can see. This is one sheet of paper, and all I did was cut it into diagonals. When you take all the cards out, essentially, you can't see where the pockets are, okay, which isn't a good thing for me because I have issues with that. But so we have these little cards that go, and then again, the lace is just not fastened down, so you just put it over the edge of the pocket. So you have this one as well. Find the edge of the pocket here and put that one back in. And then the largest one. Okay, all for hidden journaling space. Find that one and put that back in. I'm trying to do it without my other one just popped out, but that's okay. Come on, you. Go in. I'm trying not to get me in the shot. So let me, sometimes it works better when, there we go, when you're trying not to do it on an angle. Okay, put that one back in here. And then these cards go back in like so. Now these were on like a burgundy cardstock, so I just backed them with some tea-dyed paper. And then this one goes up here like that. Okay, same on the other side. Okay, we're not going to get into that. Another pocket here, empty. There's another charm. This time it's a horseshoe. I'm going to sit again. So this is the lace pocket of over vellum, some trim and ribbon. This is another one of our special pieces. So I'm going to move that to the side and we'll look at that later. Okay, happiness and crafting. Maybe happiness and crafting. I'm really not sure. I used papers from 2 or 3 different places that looked very similar. So I'm not sure about all of that. More writing space. This is that mottled paper again. You can write or do whatever you would like on here. This is one of those other pockets doing the corner just by itself. Okay, so that goes back up in here. And then I have a tag down here. Didn't put anything up here because it was going to be tucked in the pocket. So we just have that tag, simple, just a collaged kind of tag. And that goes back in here. This was fun. I cut a piece of music paper on a diagonal because the music in the picture goes on a diagonal. So that was fun, but I figured out how to do that one, so that was good. Another pocket here, little tuck spot. I have it moved right now. Okay, more of the tape up here. Another little tuck spot here. Here's the mate to the other side. This is the one that comes out with the script paper. You open that up. There's a couple more pieces of paper in the pockets and then a big writing space. Pretty sure that's Happiness in Crafting. Here's another piece of that tape. More writing space, a tab with the charm, which we just looked at before, another decorative page. This gave me a problem. This was, I think I called it a pretty little pocket or something. I don't know what I called it, but I had to do something else. So I had to redo it. So what I ended up doing, and I don't know how much you'll be able to tell, is I put some stretchy lace in here. I could, originally the pocket that I had made, I could get it in if I didn't have this belt on it. I went through just all kinds of things trying to make it fit and having to fix it and just all kinds of stuff. So we'll look at that later. But behind this is another pocket, and this is just an envelope, which I didn't put anything in. It's just empty. This is from chapter 1. I think one of her autumn kits, maybe. Chapter 1, this paper, and this is from Cherish Horse. So we're going to leave that alone for right there again. More stenciling here. Another one of these places. It's got a little bit of lace trim up here, kind of made like into a fan sort of behind it. And place for writing there. Another one here, a little bit more pink lace here. Another ruffle, more tape, more stenciling. Okay, this is a side tuck over here. And I made this card, this journaling card. I put a little tassel on the end, which matches the tassels on the front. And then this opens to, not really a booklet, but an extra page. So you have this and this and this and that tracing paper here. Again, just a little butterfly on the bottom there. And I use this picture again because it's a mom with her baby, and she was dedicating this book to her mother. So that goes back in here. There's some little pearls on here as well. Another one of these side tucks here, which is very small, so you kind of have to lift it up. Now this is lace on the bottom. This is an embroidered floral trim. And originally there's a flower here, 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 and it's like a straight piece. Well, I cut these flowers out so you could see more of the lace, and then I just took those flowers and put them over here, like so. And there's gold leaf on here as well. I think you can see little like gold leaf, like gold stuff on there. So that gives it a little sparkle. Again, I think this is Melina Arts, not sure. This is more journaling. Okay, this is a pocket that I had seen more or less from originally from Artie Mays, and I know a lot of people have done these over the past several months. I've done these months and months ago, trying to get this book completed. So when you do this, and I think most people do them with envelopes, but I didn't. So here's the card, just a simple card right there. So that slides in here. But when you untie this, I have these cards that come out. So you can journal both places. I chose paper that was rather innocuous, so you can journal on both sides. And then this one goes back in this pocket. And then this one comes out on the bottom. Again, you can journal here and you can journal on the back. And then that one goes back in the pocket underneath that one. They do not share the same pocket. Okay. There's actually two pockets separate there. So I'm going to go ahead, and I just used twine on this for something a little different. I could probably tie that tighter, but we're going to just stick the card back in there, and we're good for now. I can tie that tighter. Astrid again. I think the name of her Etsy shop has something like, I think it's like Vintage Joy Designs. I think that's what it is, Astrid McLean. Here's another pocket here. Top loading, which means we're at the center of a signature again. Oh my gosh, there's a lot in this one. Okay, so we have a pocket back here. This is a doily here. So we have this card, okay. We have this heart cutout which flips up, so you have writing space in here. And then there's more cards in here. Okay, there's a bunch of them actually in here. Okay, all of these. You have more cards in this little pocket here that's made with the flowers that go across. Okay, just little things. And then this little thing with the charm and the butterfly, this comes out. And this, there it is, unfolds, had it tucked under the butterfly wing. So you have a little space there as well. I had just doubled this over. I was trying to open that, but I had doubled it over to give it some support. So then you just fold that back up, tuck it back under the butterfly wing, and then that goes back under here. You gotta tuck it under all the butterfly wings there, Jude. Okay, and then that just kind of goes back up in here. Again, the butterfly wing kind of helping to hold it. And then all of these guys have to go back in here. Now they do share the same pocket, so I'm holding on to this while I'm putting these back. Okay, so these are just the little ones. They're gonna go back here. Got a couple little flowers on that one. We're gonna go back here and put these guys back in here. I'm not doing any real rhyme or reason here. I'm just trying to get them back in. We'll put this one behind because it's kind of big. We'll put that one back there. And then this one goes in the back pocket there. Okay. And then down here, and you can see it a little bit, is another little piece that comes out that you can write on. And then that just tucks back up inside here, just far enough so that you can grab it. There may be more room for it to go up in there. I just wanted enough to be able to grab it. Okay, over here we have our, and this is going to be an issue. This is a flip-up belly band, and I'm going to try not to move the book if I can help it. But there's pockets here on the front, so we have a longer tag here in these pockets, and a little shorter one down here. Okay. Oh my God, this is like the longest flip through ever. This has got Velcro. This flips up. You can write on this, which I'm not going to move the thing, but it flips up. Here is one of my, a miniature size of one of my hidden belly bands. So this opens. Now, normally what I would have done was run the ribbon through here and put another piece of paper that's folded inside, but I didn't do that here. So you have all the space here that you can write in. I'm going to try to tie this. This was the silk ribbon. It's really tiny. I can barely feel it in my hands. And normally it has a lot of static, so it doesn't want to do what I want it to do. And it's tiny, and I got little chubby fingers. Well, not very little chubby fingers, but okay, pull that out a little bit so I don't lose my tail. See if I can grab everything. I can't. Oh my goodness. Need to lose about 100 pounds so I can tie bows. Okay, let's see. All right, that's pretty good for now. There's a little tag under the belly band right there. I'll go back and fix that, make it look nicer. Then this one flips down, and you can see that that's a long piece that you can write on. Here's a little side pocket with another place to write on this tag. Then this piece flips up, and you can write all on that as well. And then under here you have the pocket, or under here you have the card. Here's more of that tracing paper so that it makes it a little bit more conducive to write on. And here's the card that goes underneath it, and this also has paper that comes out. This is a little trickier to get back in, but I'm going to try. I'm holding it against me to give myself a little support, because this one is a little more stubborn. Okay, that one, and then there's a larger one on this side that comes out, just place where you can journal, and that goes under here. I think you can see what I'm doing. I'm resting it against my belly so I can use two hands. So then that just goes back here, and then this flips this way, and then this comes back down. There's Velcro that holds it in place, and we're done with that center section. And here's another charm or dangle, not really a charm, an amber bead and some pearl. And okay, so I'm going to sit again. Okay, so more of that modeled paper. It looks kind of pretty because this is one of those little tuck spots on the next page. This, I believe, was Astrid's, I think. Another one of those tuck spots, more tape, a tab with a filigree heart and a little bit of ribbon. On that page, ooh, I didn't put the back on here. I should have. Doesn't need to, but I should. More stenciling and journaling space. This, again, I believe was Melina Arts. This is in the book. It's a special piece, but it's actually glued down. Can't come out. So we have, I got this idea pretty much from Yvonne Preston. So we have these flaps and their pockets. So we have a little postcard in here. And yes, there are hidden spaces. Right in the top of the next pocket is not glued down, so you have the space to put the paper in there. So that goes in that one. This one flips up and there's another postcard in here. Small, I made them smaller. And so that goes back in here. And in the top of this pocket, you have another piece of paper. Okay, and that goes back in here. And I'm seeing that this wants to come up. So I'm gonna grab a little dab of glue while I'm in here because I'm afraid I won't remember to do that. So go ahead and do that. Okay, that one goes in there. I just pulled it up again because I'm trying to work on that paper. Okay, get that straight. Put that down there. Then this one flips up and then there's another postcard in that pocket. So we have those 3 postcards and then 2 hidden places behind this pocket and behind this pocket, and then at the top is open and we have this really pretty tag, some braiding and some, I don't know if you can see this, but the lace has gold thread through it, so it gives it a little sparkle. So that goes in there like so. Okay, more journaling space, another tuck here. With the lace on top, then another tuck on the other side, more of the tracing paper with some of the fussy cut roses, another decorative page, another one of the tracing paper with the decoration on it, another tuck spot here on this journaling page, on this side as well, even though it wasn't meant really for journaling, but on this side as well. This is another special piece. It will come out. You know what, let me close up my glue. Hang on a minute. Okay. Put that over there. So we're gonna keep it out. This unties. We'll look at this in a minute. I'm gonna put it to the side, but underneath on the page, I have just this little flip tag sort of thing. So my whole thought behind this is to keep the pieces out. I've made her a box to keep this in with a compartment for these special things. When I collect them all and we're gonna go through them, I'll show you just how much room they actually add, or take up, I should say, in this book. So I think it would make it much easier to write in the book without all of those things. This is permanently stuck down. I just did a video on this, which you'll probably see that, I think, after you see this flip through. So there's no hidden spots in here, though you could add a little bit. These are just tags in the pockets. So I have one there, and you could either use it with another pocket here or a pocket here, or just, you know, do the L kind of gluing down and just have it as a tuck. I didn't need to add anything more to the book, so I just glued this straight down. So there's this tag here in this pocket, and then this tag in this pocket, little shorty tag there. So, oh, I did do that. I'm sorry. I didn't glue these down. And here I'm having my problem again because I just saw that it was up and I didn't see it. So I did add, my goodness, I did add more paper in here. When I had done it, I was trying to leave it just slightly over the edge, so it's a little more seen without really being seen, because these tags really do cover it. So there's one in here as well. So I knew I'd forget something somewhere. So there's a piece in here that you can journal on as well. So, and that piece just goes this way, back down in. Try to leave a little edge for grabbing. And then this just goes in the pocket in front of it. Now, in the video where I show you how to do this, I thought of it after the fact, where these cross, I glued these down, but you don't have to. You can just glue back the paper down here, leave this open, and you can put like little tickets or whatever if you really wanted to do that. If you wanted to use this as like a Happy Mail piece or something, you know, by itself, and just kind of use it as a like a stuffed pocket kind of thing, you could do that. I didn't here because I just didn't need to add anything more to the book. So more decorative paper, more stenciling, writing place, another tuck, and the lace trim, another tuck here and stenciling, the decorative paper, another one of these tracing paper places, some more tape here, which I folded over a little bit on the other side, more stenciling and journaling space. This is another one of the transparent, not transparencies, vellum pages in the frame. There's nothing here. I did nothing hidden. Mostly I did it because, one, I didn't know what else I could possibly do, and two, I thought it would be kind of fun to have people looking because everything else had it and this one doesn't. So kind of like a little haha on them there. Some more journaling. This is a pocket, and when I take everything out, it's like a kind of like a stuffed pocket. So we have these little journaling cards in here, little postcard, one of these little kind of rounded things. I borrowed stuff from a couple of places, but this is a kit. I cannot remember whose it is. But she has circle and oval pockets with these cutouts that you can make pockets out of, which I thought was very pretty. It looked a lot like what I did on my heart. This little tag with the little mulberry flower on top. This one actually goes this way. Nope, doesn't go this way. Dragonfly. Put a little rose and a little lace trim there. And behind the pocket here, so this is a circle, and then you put this over. I left this open in the back, and there's an envelope here, and not sure whose it is. And then there's a piece of paper in here that you can just write on. So that goes back in here. You know what? I think this is my porch prints, because this, I think I remember this. She has like little faux wax fussy cuts to put on. So I think it might have been my porch prints, and that just tucks back in here. Then these guys all go back somehow in here. Let me get them. This is not very deep because I've got it glued right around the edge of the circle here. So that goes there. Put that one up. I think I had this one next. I have this one over here. I think the postcard was over here. And then this little pretty cinnamon rose. I love the colors on the letters, and with the little pearl on here. So even though this is lumpy, all of these things can be taken out. The pocket itself is flat. So more of the tracing paper here. Let me get this out of the way. Another pocket here, which means we're at another center piece. So side loading one here. Okay, this one, I'm only going to do one side. I'm going to hold this side down. Oh, well, yeah. What I also did before, let's get started here. On all of the center pieces where we tie the linen thread, I made these little dangles. Let me try to get them to sit right. I'll show you one that's sitting right. If you can see, put the card behind it, there's some little amber colored seed beads, and then these little rose discs that I had made, and did the crackle finish on these as well. Pretty sure it was crackle finish or something like that. And then put it on the bowl pin and just tied it to the end. And so there's a set of these in every signature. So essentially there's 10 of these that, this is not sitting right, but anyway, there's 10 of these that'll be hanging down. I'll fix that one later too. Okay, so this is an idea that I had come up with, I believe. I don't think anybody did it before me. I know Angela Kerr did do it after she saw the video that I had done here for this piece, and she recreated it in for one of her journals. So you have tags on the side in these pockets, and these I sewed. So there's these here and here, okay? And then there's, and again, this is the same on the other side, so you have it here. I'm actually going to do it on this side for the big tag. Same one over here, okay? So this is just a collage tag back with some tea-dyed paper. And that goes back in here. And then on this side and on this side, let me see. I think I'll do it from, I'd rather do it from the other side. Let me get this out of the way. Let me pull over this way. This piece comes out right here, okay? It just kind of pulls out. You can write on both sides, and then you just sort of take it. Easier with two hands, so I'm going to use two hands, so excuse my arm. You kind of just tuck it back in and let it roll back into place. Now, Angela didn't do that on hers. She just did this. But I was looking for more special things. Okay. All right. Sitting. Okay, so that's that. And here's the pocket on this side for that. Another one of these tracing paper places with the cutout, and I have some seam binding here that I tied a bow and just glued that down to the page. Another tab with a key and a little bit of ribbon this time, and more stenciling here. And then this is another one of the vellum pieces that I did. Again, there's nothing hidden here. This is just, you know, just oh, I'm a liar. Let me get my tweezers. There is a hidden place right here, just one. Get my tweezers out here. And this actually was a little piece of decorative paper. I don't know if you can see the pale, very pale rose design on there. Either way, you can write on both sides. And then that just gets tucked back underneath this little cluster. Kind of just push that back in there a little bit. So it doesn't, because of it being a cluster, you don't really quite see it right away. So here's more stenciling and another ruffle, another one of the tracing paper with the embellishment on the side, another place for journaling, more of the tape. Did I get this? Yeah, we're good. Okay. More stenciling and writing space. Again, this is Astrid's, pretty sure. This I saw Scrapbooking with Me. I saw this on her page, on her YouTube channel rather. So I did my version of it. So it's a tag on an envelope. I actually made my own envelope for this because I needed a specific size because I had a smaller page here. So you have the tag here that opens up, and I just made it, I cut the butterfly here so that it's, you know, you see it on both sides. This opens up, and then the envelope is a pocket. So I have a card in here, nothing fancy, something simple. That goes in here. And then back here, I made it a pocket as well, and did another collaged tag here, just plain on the back as usual for me. I rarely will cover the back. And that goes back in here, and that goes back there. And then we just tie this shut again. So bear with me, hopefully, while I get this tied. If I can grab it. Okay. So I thought that was a really cute idea. I'm actually going to use it in my next journal that I'm going to be doing. Here is a corner pocket here that's held on with a paper clip, which you'll see on the other side. So I have a tag here, a journaling card here. When you flip this over, here is the paper clip. So I'll take the paper clip off. This is my curled end paper clip with a little girl and some pretty lace and some pearls and stuff. Here is the tag that goes in here. This I got from G. Kerr from Happiness and Crafting. This is a hidden journaling spot. So this just comes untucked. I'm trying to hold the book and this. So you have all of that journaling space and that journaling space as well. It just folds back up, goes back on the corner of the page. Somebody just came home So I'm waiting for them to just come wandering downstairs because they forget to knock here. And put that back here. Okay, put the paper clip back on here, like so, and put the card back in here, and our last tuck spot right here on the back of the book. And that, my friends, is that. So this is the book. This is the whole journal as far as that is concerned. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it over to the side. I want to check my time here. I'm going to actually do this in two parts. I'm going to stop this one here for the sake of uploading the video, and then I'll do a part 2 with all of the special pieces, but you can see how much that takes. So we're going to end with this one, and you'll see a part 2 in a few minutes. So in the meantime, be blessed, be safe, be happy. I'll see you in the next video, which will follow right after this one. Bye-bye for now.